Today, in this video, I'm going to tell you the story behind one of the most legendary replies in history. On May 15th, 1919, Greek troops, backed by European powers and the United States, landed in Izmir, one of the Ottoman Empire's most important cities. The Ottoman Sultan turned a blind eye to the invasion to save his own life, but the nationalist leader Mustafa Kemal Pasha refused to accept it. Together with a group of loyal officers, he called upon the people to rise up. The Sultan tried to stop him, issuing a death sentence. People rallied around him. The war that began in 1919 was still raging by 1922. Greek forces had taken control of Izmir and much of the Ottoman Empire's western coastline. In Ankara, Mustafa Kemal and his companions were patiently planning their counterattack. They used the tactic of allowing the Greek forces to advance deeper and deeper, knowing that the further they came, the longer and more exposed their supply lines would be. When the moment came, a shock attack would trap them. The Greek commanders failed to understand the strategy. They mocked Mustafa Kemal and claimed that their advance was unstoppable. The Greek commander-in-chief announced to journalists in Izmir, "I've traveled across the entire front, but I haven't come across any commander named Mustafa Kemal. He's a coward." Shortly after this statement, Mustafa Kemal made his final preparations. He announced a party and invited everyone to join. The Greek officers and politicians scoffed. How could Mustafa Kemal hold a party when his country was being invaded? But this was a ruse. At the very hour the party was announced, Mustafa Kemal was nowhere to be found. He was with his troops, issuing the order to attack. The first strikes targeted the Greek artillery, forcing the gunners to retreat. Then came a devastating cavalry charge, utilizing the famous Turkish wolf tactic to encircle and annihilate the Greek forces. Riding at the head of his troops, Mustafa Kemal shouted across the battlefield, "Hagianestis, where are you, arrogant commander? Come and save your army." Hagianestis abandoned his troops and fled to Greece by ship. When Mustafa Kemal arrived in Izmir, he went to the spot where Hagianestis had spoken to journalists and said, "I've traveled across the entire front, but I couldn't find Hagianestis. Did any of you happen to see him?" Yurios Hagianestis was a proud, conceited commander who had humiliated even his own troops. After fleeing to Greece, he was tried by a Greek military court and executed on November 28, 1922, by a soldier he had once humiliated. If you enjoy stories like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Do you know any other historic comebacks like this? Let me know in the comments.